All right, let's go over this week 3 self-test, and the first question is to solve or write an equation of the line which has the given conditions. Slope -2 passing through the point -1, -3. So the point here is -1, -3. We have a point, and also we have a slope. And we want to try to find the equation of this line. So the easiest way to find the equation of the line is to use the slope intercept equation, which is y equal to mx plus b. This is called the slope, and this is the y-intercept b. So in this case, if I substitute y -3, because this is the y coordinate, and I substitute m equals -2, and x would be -1, and the only variable would be b. So if you multiply here, this is -3 equals -2 times -1 would be +2, and then plus b. So to solve for b, I want to subtract 2 from both sides, and this will give me -5 equals b. So once I find b and I have the slope, I can substitute in the slope-intercept equation, and I'm done. So let's go ahead and substitute. Instead of m, we substitute the value, which is -2, and then x, and then plus b, of course, -5. So this is the equation of the line that has a slope -2 and that passes through the point -1, -3. But once we find b, we're all set because we already have the slope, and once we find b, we substitute here. We're going to always have x and y. Always in the equation of the line, you're going to have x and y, except, there are some exceptions. If you have y equals 5, this would be a horizontal line. And if you have x equals 5, this would be a vertical line. So these are the only exceptions where you're going to see y by itself or x by itself. But in general, when you have the equation of the line, you're going to have x and y. So as you see, A is the correct answer. Y equals -2x minus 5. Let's go to the next question. Number 2. On number 2, we have write an equation of the line that satisfies the given condition. Now in this case, we have 2 points. We have a point 9,5 and we have a point 4,5. And if you find the slope, which is the change in y over the change in x. So the change in y would be 5 minus 5, which is 0, over 9 minus 4, which is 5. And therefore the slope is 0. The only time we have a slope of 0 when we have a horizontal line. Notice that this time we have 5, 5. Let's plot the point. 9, 5, and 4, 5. And if you join those 2 points, you see we're going to end up with a horizontal line. And the equation of the line, since all the values of y are 5, any point on this line, the y is 5. Therefore, the equation of the line is 5. So in this case, the answer is B, because the line is a horizontal. It's always 5. As you see, here we have 5, here we have 5. For any value of x, we're going to have y equals 5, and therefore the equation of the line is y equals 5. Also, I noticed from m equals 0, the horizontal line has a slope equals 0, because remember, there is no rise. It's going all the way flat, so that's why m is equal to 0. On the next question, we are given which graph best represents the given linear equation. So the best way to figure out which one is the best graph is to find the y-intercept and the x-intercept. And to find the y-intercept where the line crosses the y-axis, all you have to do is substitute x equals 0 in the equation. So we end up with -3y plus 9 equals 0. To solve for y, subtract 9 from both sides. This will give me -3y equals -9. Then divide both sides by -3. And I see y equals +3. So one way to find the equation is to look which one has a y equals plus 3. This one and this one. How about the last? And also this one. So everybody has a y equals 3. Of course, this one is out of the question. So we have to pick between the first three. Let's find the x-intercept. This will, restrict the x and y intercept to one line. So to find the x-intercept, you need to plug y equals 0 in this equation here. So negative 3 times 0 will be 0. So x plus 9 equals 0. So that would simplify to x plus 9 equals 0, and therefore subtract 9 from both sides. You would get x equals negative 9. So now we have the x-intercept at negative 9 and the y-intercept at plus 3. And notice this is negative 9, x is negative 9, and y is plus 3, and that's why A is the correct answer. None of the answers have x equals negative 9. This one has x equals plus 9. This one has x equals negative 3. And of course the other one, we have already eliminated the other one, the number D. The next question, which is find the slope of the line. So this is very easy question, because if you compare this equation to, this equation is y equals negative 1/5 x minus 2. Compare it to the slope-intercept equation, y equals mx plus b. You notice that the coefficient of x, which is negative 1/5, is m, which is the slope of the line. If the question was what is the y-intercept, this would be the y-intercept, and this can be written as 0, negative 2. That would be the y-intercept. But the slope is negative 1/5, so that's the answer, negative 1/5. The next question, find the y-intercept of the line. And always remember, to find the y-intercept, always plug x equals 0 in the equation, then solve for y. If you plug x equals 0 here, you would get y equals 6, and this can be written as 0, 6, and this would be the y-intercept. So remember, to find the y-intercept, always plug x equals 0 or substitute x equals 0 in the equation. So you end up with 5 times 0, 0, y equals 6, and that's it. This would be the y-intercept, and in this case we just have to write 6. They don't want us to write it in order pair, so just write 6. The next question, rewrite the given equation in slope-intercept form. So we are given here that 4x minus 2y equals 8. They want us to write it in the slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b. Therefore, we have to isolate y. And the first thing we need to do is move the x to the right side. So subtract 4x from both sides. So 4x minus 4x will cancel. Negative 2y would be negative 4x plus 8. Now we cannot combine these two because they are unlike terms. The only time you combine is something with x, or you have to combine a constant with 8. So now you see we have negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 8, but we want y by itself, so let's go ahead and divide everything by negative 2. You want to divide everything by negative 2, so y equals negative 4 over negative 2 is plus 2x. 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. So that would be the final answer. And you see it's 2x minus 4 is the equation written in slope-intercept form. The next question, which graph best represents the given equation? Notice that we just mentioned this twice in this tutorial, that anytime you have y equals negative 3, it's a horizontal line, and of course the slope is 0. We can show this by graphing. So if you graph, this is minus 3, 1, 2, 3. So y is always minus 3. You can draw minus 3 anywhere for y, and you will notice that if you join those points, it's going to be a horizontal line. So this point, let's say it is 3 minus 3. This point is 6 minus 3. This point may be 10 minus 3. And notice that all the points on the line have y equals negative 3 with any value of x, right? You can move to the left, This point could be, let's say, negative 4, but y is minus 3. And that's why joining all these points you end up with a horizontal line. This is x equals minus 3. That's a vertical line. The vertical line will have x equals a constant. And of course this is a line passing through the origin. It's not neither parallel nor vertical. And this is the answer. You see y equals negative 3 is a horizontal line because for any value here, this is negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, negative 2, negative 3, negative 1, negative 3, 1. Any point, I'm sorry, it's 1, negative 3. You always list the act coordinate first. 1, negative 3, negative 1, negative 3, negative 2, negative. So any point on this line will have a y coordinate equals negative 3, and that's why this is the correct answer. The next question, find the slope of a line perpendicular to the line. So we need to learn about the perpendicular lines. So m1 times m2 equals negative 1. So the slopes of the perpendicular line, their product is negative 1, right? Or you can say that, well, to find the slope of a line perpendicular. So only want to find the slope, not the whole equation. The slope of this line, we know it's 3 over 4. The slope of the perpendicular line would be, the reciprocal would be 4 over 3, and then negative. So it's the negative reciprocal. So whatever is the slope, in this case the slope is 3 over 4. To find the slope of the perpendicular line, you find the reciprocal, which is 4 over 3, and then you change the sign. If it's positive, becomes negative. If it's negative, becomes positive. And you can confirm by multiplying 3 over 4 times negative 4 over 3. And this is negative 12 over 12, and that's negative 1. And that's the, you know, the slopes, the product of the slopes of the perpendicular lines is always equal negative 1. And when I multiplied those two fractions, I got negative 1. So this slope is the negative reciprocal. We call it negative reciprocal of 3 over 4. And therefore, that's the final answer. So you notice it is negative 4 over 3, the slope of the perpendicular line. Find the x and the y intercept of the line. Okay, so let's find to find the y-intercept, remember, we always substitute x equals 0 in the given equation. So in this case, if you substitute x equals 0, this whole thing becomes 0. So negative 5y equals 20. And to isolate y, we divide both sides by negative 5. So y would be negative 4. If the question is to write in order pair, you would write it as 0, negative 4. So the y-intercept is negative 4. To find the x-intercept, all we need to do is substitute y equals 0. So the way I remember this is it's always the opposite. If I want to find the x-intercept, I put y equals 0. If I want to find the y-intercept, I would substitute x equals 0. So x-intercept means y equals 0. So let's substitute y equals 0 here, and then you would end up with 4x equals 20. And if you divide both sides by 4, you will end up with x equals 5, which is 5, 0. And therefore, the y-intercept is negative 4, the x-intercept is 5. X-intercept is 5, y-intercept negative 4. Find the x and the y-intercept of the line in the following graph. So, to find the x-intercept, this is 8. Do you all see it's 8 or 9? 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. So x-intercept, if you want to write it in order pair, it would be 9, 0. While the y-intercept, this is 1, 2, 3. So the y-intercept would be 0, 3. And of course, in this case, we don't have to write it in order pair. X-intercept 9, y-intercept 3. So that's the correct answer. This is the x-intercept 9 and the y-intercept 3. So always start from a known number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here 0, 1, 2, 3. That's how you confirm you're listing the correct answer. Okay, good luck.